Hello there everyone! Right now in Cobalt, it's 4:21 PM on Thursday, November 4th, 2021. Now for today's announcements. First, I have an ordinance update. I'm happy to announce that special rules called ordinances can now be enacted here on Cobalt. Ordinances are a great way to help improve the everyday lives of all of our residents. There are quite a lot of responsibility, however, and anyone enacting one should understand everyone's needs. That's why our resident rep, Jonathan, will be in charge of ordinances on Cobalt. How exciting! Jonathan, if you're listening, I can't wait to see what you'll change. If anyone has any questions about ordinances, please come and see me at Resident Services. Moving on, I'd like to tell everyone about a new kind of tour available. Starting today, residents can go on a boat tour to uninhabited islands. These tours are a little different than the ones they offer at the airport. You'll get to board a boat and enjoy the ocean breeze as you make your way to your destination. There are lots of uninhabited islands out there that can only be reached by boat. Rumor has it there are plenty of DIY materials on these islands, and even strange things buried in the ground. Sounds mysterious, doesn't it? These boat tours are available once a day using miles. Interested residents should head down to the island pier and speak to the boat captain. And with that, I'll get back to work supporting you in your enjoyment of our island. Welcome back to more Animal Crossing New Horizons. Last time, I decided to take a break from the series until there was a major update, and this time, there was a major update. So, it actually released a day early for some reason. It was supposed to release on November 5th, which would be more like evening of November 4th in America, but it actually launched last night. We have a ton of mail here, so let's go through all of this. We're happy to announce that all fees for relocating or changing the exterior of your home have been reduced. Visit the construction consultation counter in Resident Services for more details. So if you want to redesign your town, that's great news. I wish I'd waited, considering I did try to move some things around and spent a ton of bells doing so. This message is for customers who have expanded their home storage. You can now redeem miles for a storage shed DIY recipe. These sheds will allow you to access your home storage from anywhere. So that's a great addition. This message is for customers who have paid off all of their loans. You can now redeem miles for an ABD, letting you access your Bank of Nook account wherever you like. Visit the Nook stop for details. So basically you can put a bell dispenser wherever you want to make things a lot more convenient. This is a letter from a villager. This is from Harvey. How's island life been treating you? Groovy? Me too. There's a little something I want to tell you about though. I'll be waiting here on Harv's Island. And finally, from Nook Inc., we are pleased to announce that we can now offer an optional service to further expand your storage. Stop by Resident Services to learn more, or to get the process started right away. That is a lot. The 2.0 update was officially announced in a direct in October, and was huge, to be honest. A lot of things were announced and added in, were announced to be added in, and are finally here. This is the last major update for the game, and also includes a paid DLC portion, that because this update went live earlier than anticipated, that part is not live yet, which is honestly kind of a relief, actually, that everyone has time to kind of, look through the actual update portion before even having to worry about the DLC stuff yet. So we have this here, good news, we've placed a tape deck in front of Resident Services, so you can enjoy group stretching sessions. Remember, Happy Island living begins with daily exercise. So that's one of the many additions to the game. Oh, tomorrow's Lobo's birthday. I need to remember that, because I'm still working on the Nook Miles achievement for birthdays. I have redesigned my town a bit, we'll go over that a little bit later. I basically wanted to make room for a lot of things that were added in this update, and a lot of things were added in this update. So I'll talk more about this later. For now, I want to go straight to the museum. So it looks like Brewster has something to say to us. Ah. Hoot! Oh dear, I didn't see you there, Jonathan. Pardon me, I'm afraid I was quite lost in thought just now. You see, there's a matter which... Ooh-hoo! Actually, your timing is impeccable as ever. Perhaps you could help me. See, I was thinking of ways to draw more folks to our museum when I hit upon the idea of adding a cafe. So I tried to contact Brewster, an old friend of mine who also happens to be an experienced cafe manager. Unfortunately, it seems he's closed up shop, and nobody appears to know where he's gone. However, in my search, I also caught wind of a newly unearthed group of gyroids. Brewster goes positively cuckoo over gyroids, you see, in much the same way as I do around fossils. I'd wager my very wings that Brewster has heard about these gyroids as well. Naturally, you can see where this is going. I would like you to take up the search for Brewster. As a photograph of Brewster, should you find him, tell him I'd like him to come to Cobalt. If it helps, the gyroids I mentioned earlier were all found on the islands near where Kapp'n leads his tours. I'm sorry to burden you with this, but I hope you know you have my every confidence and my utmost gratitude. Good luck, Jonathan. Alright, so now we have to look for Brewster. One thing I do want to mention is you want to talk to Blathers first, because you can only take one boat tour a day. So if you talk to Kapp'n first, then you won't be able to go and find Brewster until the next day unless you time travel. So that is why there's an important order for doing all of this. My pier in town is on the left side. I kind of wish it was on the right side now because it would be closer to my home. But it should be right over here. And there's Kapp'n. Now what have we here? Yours be a face I've not seen before. Name's Kapp'n. What's yours? Jonathan, is it? Yar, that'd be a nice fancy name, that. Well, I came here to ferry folks on tours to various wee islands in exchange for miles. Might even take you where there be rare treasures. Me tours go to places you can only reach with me boat. I can take you almost any time. Let me know when you're ready to sail. You ready to take a tour? Round trip fare'll cost ye 1,000 miles. Yar, that's 1,000 miles then. Time to set sail. Watch your step as you hop on board. You don't get seasick, do ye? Yar, we've arrived. This be your first boat tour, eh? The thing you gotta be mindful of for me tours be the same as for them fancy airplane tours. I'll spare you the long-winded explanation. I'll be here waiting for you when you're needing tools or if you're wanting to set sail for home. That is actually really nice not giving the explanation again, considering that is one of my main issues with flying, is that, they re-explain things a lot whenever you fly places. So if we go over here, looks like we have a familiar face. Cool. You out here looking for gyroids too? Do I know a who? Cool. You're looking at him. Mind if I ask what you're after? I see. I hear you. Tell him that for me. Oh, and also... this is yours if you want it. It's a gyroid fragment. Plant it in the ground, give it some water and some time, it will grow up strong the next day. Gyroids take root fast when you return them to the ground. Well then, be seeing you. Alright, so we have officially met Rooster. So next up, this is actually a really cool island layout with the little steps. I've thought about doing that in my town, setting up little steps over water. This is just a matter of finding the right place for this, to be honest. But anyway, our mission here is done, so let's go and talk to Kapp'n once more. Actually, there's a message in the bottle, so we might as well check if this is a DIY recipe I don't have. It actually is new. I wonder if this is a new item or if I just got really good luck, to be honest. There are several DIY recipes I'm still missing, but I'm pretty sure new items were added in, so who knows. Eh? Back to Cobalt, eh? Remember, there is no returning here later. Do you have all your booty? And back we go. Be kind to me old vessel and mind your step as you hop aboard. If you think it's all a dream, maybe it is all a dream. Alright, so we are back in town. One thing I wanted to mention is apparently, I obviously didn't show this off, but apparently if you tap A, you can actually clap during Kapp'n's performance, and I've also heard you can press B to skip it if you want to get straight to the island. So yeah, that's cool. I'll be perfectly honest, Kapp'n is one of those characters that is actually like from the original, and I kind of didn't realize how much I would miss the character when he wasn't in the original roster. So having him back with his sea shanties is actually really cool. So let's take Brewster's advice and water the gyroid. So we'll have to come back later and dig that up. I'm not usually the biggest fan of gyroids, unfortunately, so I usually end up just selling them, to be honest, but maybe I'll try to actually integrate them into my home design this time. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, we found Brewster, so we need to go tell Blathers the good news. Who? Who? Oh dear, pardon me. Who? Are you still searching for that certain coffee curating Columbidae? I don't know what that word means. By which I mean Brewster? Who? And allow me to add, hoot. Why, that's simply wonderful news. Do tell, what did he have to say? Oh, that's simply marvelous news. What a relief. That Brewster is a punctual and precise fellow, so I expect he'll make his way here forthwith. Eh, what? I suppose that means... Oh dear, I must make arrangements for his arrival straight away, Who? To that end, I'm afraid I'll need to close the museum to all visitors tomorrow for construction. If everything goes as planned, we shall reopen the day after next with cafe service in place. It is my sincere hope that you will join us for a cup of joe on that date. So that means, if you have any fossils that you want to get assessed, you should have them checked now, because you will not be able to tomorrow. Apparently, according to the Direct and the teaser in the previous Nintendo Direct, the cafe should be right about here. Like, there'll be an offshoot path here for the cafe to go in. But yeah, we'll have to wait for that for a couple days, unfortunately. One thing I do want to mention is some people are having trouble getting this quest to activate. People think it's because of the amount of donations they've made. Like, it seems like you need a certain amount of each type of like donation to get this quest to unlock. It doesn't seem like you need everything in the museum, which would be ridiculous actually. But I've seen people talk about having trouble despite having a small number of different donations. That does count deep sea diving as well, which might be part of the problem because, frankly, by like July, a lot of people bailed out of the game, so not as many people probably donated everything for the deep sea section. So if you're not getting the option right away, I would recommend just donating more stuff, and when Blathers has the little thinking bubble over his head, that's basically to indicate the quest is active. But believe it or not, we are actually going to take a second, we're actually going to spend another video going over some early things in this update, especially because, frankly, tomorrow we won't be able to do a whole lot because the museum will be closed and we'll have to wait for Brewster anyway. So we're just going to spend an extra video going over a few things today. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Animal Crossing New Horizons.